the periodic table, wondering if any of this will ever matter in real life. What I wish I knew back then is that science isn't just about memorizing facts. It's about discovering the mind-blowing things you can actually do with that knowledge. For example, did you know you can actually unboil an egg? It sounds like a magic trick, but it's real science at ours. This isn't just a party trick. It's a peek into the weird and wonderful world of molecular chemistry. Let's crack open the science behind this. When you boil an egg, you're not just making breakfast. You're causing a dramatic transformation at the microscopic level. The heat causes the proteins inside the egg white to unfold from their natural tangled-up shapes. These long protein chains then stick together, forming a solid, rubbery mass. That's why a boiled egg is so different from a raw one. The proteins have changed their structure completely. Once those proteins are tangled and locked together, it seems impossible to get them back to their original state. That's why, for centuries, people thought boiling an egg was a one-way street. But science loves a challenge. Recently, scientists figured out how to reverse this process. Here's how they do it. First, they dissolve the solid, boiled egg white in a chemical called urea. Urea is a compound that acts a bit like a lubricant for proteins, helping to loosen up the tangled mess and separate the protein chains from each other. Think of urea as a kind of molecular detangler, like conditioner for your hair, but for proteins. It helps the proteins slip apart and start to return to their original unfolded shapes. But that's not all. Next, the scientists use a centrifuge, a machine that spins the solution at incredible speeds, about 5,000 times a minute. This spinning creates powerful forces that help the proteins refold into their original natural shapes, essentially unboiling the egg at the molecular level. All that spinning and chemical magic pulls the proteins back into their original forms. It's like hitting the rewind button on a process we always thought was irreversible. So, why go to all this trouble just to unboil an egg? Well, this trick isn't just for eggs. It could actually help make life-saving medicines cheaper and faster to produce. Many drugs are made from proteins, and those proteins can get tangled up or damaged during manufacturing. If we can untangle and refold them, we can save time, money, and even lives by making medicines more efficiently. But don't get your hopes up for unfried eggs or unbaked cakes. This process only works if the cooking doesn't cause permanent chemical changes like browning or